Hey Internet, January 21st, finally the Internet is back up and running. Had 2 days of withdrawals, the Internet was down, I couldn't do anything on the computer, so I just tried to avoid it. I didn't know what to do with myself. School was canceled, and I was a mess. I started to twitch a little, my eyes started to shudder, I started to get the shakes at night, got a cold sweat. I don't know how to survive without the Internet. But I'm here to tell you this one fact that you may already know, that no two snowflakes are ever alike. But they have one thing in common. They all suck. And what sucks even more is ice. I hate ice. I don't want to miss any more school. We're going to be going to school till July. So the question becomes, what in the world did I do for 48 hours without any internet? Well, I did some cooking with my kids. We made blueberry and chocolate chip muffins. We also went outside and played in the ice. Here's a few pictures of the ice around my house. And we also figured out a new sport, sidewalk sledding. Check these out. Are you ready? Hey, look at him go. Ready? Yeah. Make sure you follow me. Here I go. And don't forget, falling on ice, as that too is also enjoyable. Okay, I'm not a man that really follows politics a whole bunch, but did anybody happen to see the Scott Brown victory speech that he gave when he won? Scott Brown won the Senate seat for Massachusetts, and as he was giving his speech, and I'll post a link down below, he makes the announcement that both of his teenage daughters, they're both in college, are both available. And they says he's just kidding. It says one of them's available. You know what? I'm giving him the award for Idiot of the Week. That's just not something you say. All right, those poor girls were probably embarrassed beyond all belief. But then I was watching the Today Show, and they also said that they were getting some pretty interesting offers. So maybe it wasn't so bad. But as a father, I would never call it out in national public television. So, Scott Brown, you are the Idiot of the Week. Congratulations. All right, Internet. I'm adding something new to this blog and to these videos. You know, if you've been to my blog and you've read stuff, you know I do author interviews. I also do a lot of book reviews of books that I've read, as well as post a lot of other nerdy things. One of the things I don't talk about too much on the blog is probably my number one favorite interest outside of my family and spending time talking to a camera is music. And anybody that really knows me knows that I have an insane, kind of useless database of musical knowledge in my brain. And I was really in the mood to get away from the young adult books. I read so many in a row, and every once in a while I get tired of it. And so then I found this book at Borders that I bought, along with about 60 other books that I still need to read. And it was called Love is a Mixtape by Sheffield. And this is a guy who does a lot of music articles for Rolling Stone and Spin and other various rock and roll magazines, but I've read his stuff for many, many years. And he talks about his life through the mixtapes that he used to make. For you younger people, a mixtape actually was a cassette tape. And it had a little ribbon that played through and it spun through. This is prior to CDs and MP3s and iPods and all that good stuff. And you could make your own little recordings. He talks about different types of mixtapes in there, and I have completed and made mixtapes of every single type that he mentions in there. So what's the point of me telling you all this? Well, one, you're going to read the book review on my blog, but secondly, I'm going to start adding music to this blog and to these videos. I'm going to be reviewing music, maybe CDs and albums, things of that nature, songs, and really start to critique them kind of like I do books, because I do listen to music all the time. So here I am in the closet of my office, which is completely loaded with electronics and music. And I mean, I literally have hundreds upon hundreds of CDs. I've just got crates of them. You can see, if I get out of the way here, a shelf that goes all the way to the ground, and it's blocked by these crates, which are actually just loaded completely full of CDs. And I've got bootleg stuff. I've got more music than I could probably ever listen to in an entire lifetime. Okay, I've even got more over there. I got my guitar stuff. Yes, I do play guitar a little bit, but I would classify my guitar playing level as suck. So anyways, Here's a challenge. Here's what I'm going to do to start off the music reviews. No, I'm not going to give a review, but instead, I'm just going to require your help and your assistance. Here's what I need you to do. You're going to make your very own mixtape. And here are the rules. And I'll also type up the rules down below so you don't have to keep reviewing this video 100 times in case you forget. Rule number 1. The mixtape, or I should say playlist for you young people, needs to last at least 45 minutes and no more than 60. For most of you, you'll probably be making it on your iTunes, and that's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to try to make an actual real mixtape tape with a cassette. So I got to go find some old cassettes. I know I've got them packed up somewhere. Rule 2 for this mixtape challenge. The theme is the following. You have to pretend that this mixtape would come on and play from the minute you wake up in the morning until you arrive at school or work, depending if you're an adult or a kid. So we're going to assume that from when you first wake up when the alarm or mom or whoever wakes you up until you arrive at the building of your work or school, it's going to take 45 to 60 minutes. And during that time, we're going to pretend that that time period is a movie. And so the music that you play has to relate to what music would be playing continuously if we watch your first 60 minutes of every morning in a movie theater. And it was a silent film, and all we could hear was music. What would be going on through that time period? I've already begun to work on mine. It's not done, but I will have it done by the end of the week. But here is where you need to come in. You need to post it. Okay, just down in the comments. You can make a video response to this if you know how to make videos. Otherwise, just post to my blog your playlist track. You need the artist and you need the title of the song. We need to have both in case we're going to go back and hear it and see what it is that you were listening to or what would be playing during this time. Now, some of you are saying it doesn't take me 45 minutes or 60 minutes to get from waking up to school. It takes longer, it takes shorter. But for the sake of this mixtape, because a mixtape usually runs 45 to 60 minutes, that's what we're going with, so that you have to make it fit. Be creative, be smart. A mixtape isn't just something you just throw together randomly. It takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of emotional. You need to go back and rehash your music collection. Then you need to really compile it and make it well. This is going to be a new challenge. This is not the only mixtape challenge I'm going to throw your way. I've got about 5 that I've already generated in my mind while reading that book, Love is a Mixtape. And they're going to continue to get maybe a little bit more difficult as they move through. But this one's going to be, I think, a pretty open. It's going to be pretty easy to work with. So, think about your frame of mind when you first wake up, all the way through your frame of mind until you arrive at school or work. And the music should hopefully relate to those emotions and thoughts and ideas that typically go through your head. Being the old person that I am, I've already begun work. I've assembled a collection of CDs that I think might work, as well as my 2,000 to 3,000 gig of music on my computer, and I'll be getting my mixtape to you. This is really hard. This gets me here and here, because music is my passion in my life. And so I'll be working on mine. You be working on yours. Get it posted. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. And maybe if you even want to include your age or whether you're an adult or a kid, that may affect, so we can kind of see the differences in the music selection. Hopefully you'll come across some music you never heard, listen to it and like it, and we can keep spreading the awesome power of music. All right, Internet, your challenge has begun. Get going. I'm going to continue to drive myself crazy during this ice storm, in which I can do nothing, and my ADHD drives me absolutely crazy while I spin around. Hopefully this makes you nauseous. It's kind of making me nauseous. I'm starting to sweat a little. Get your mixtape in, respond to this blog, this post, and I look forward to seeing your musical selections. I'm out from the Nerd Factory.